Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Yonit Arthur. You are on the Steady Coach, and today I'm going to share with you my top 10 rules for how to deal with dips. And when I say the word dip, what I am referring to is when you have an increase in symptoms or an increase in distress from your symptoms while you are recovering from medically unexplained chronic dizziness or other symptoms. Many of you have diagnoses of PPPD or triple PD, MdDS or mal de débarquement, vestibular migraine, post-concussion syndrome, cervicogenic dizziness, POTS, and many other symptom-based diagnoses that don't really tell us why you're having symptoms. They just describe that you are having chronic dizziness symptoms. This video is for anyone out there with medically unexplained chronic dizziness symptoms, regardless of which diagnosis you have. We're going to get into a little bit of the background information here about what dips are and why they happen, but this video is primarily practical. So if you are new here, first of all, huge welcome to you. Please subscribe to my channel so you're notified when I release new content. But also, you might consider taking the free course or at least watching my introductory video before you watch this one. The free course is 100% free and it is very comprehensive. It organizes all the information on my channel into steps so that you know how to get started in the recovery process. And in the context of that course, this information in this video is going to make a lot more sense. You can sign up via my website and via the link in the video description below. My website is thesteadycoach.com/free-course. All right, so a dip refers to an increase in chronic dizziness symptoms during the recovery process, or an increase in your distress about your symptoms during the recovery process. This can look pretty different for different people, so I'm going to give you the most common scenarios. The reason I'm giving you these common scenarios is not to scare you or to tell you that your recovery is necessarily going to look like this, but to normalize that all of these patterns I'm about to specify are completely normal. Don't mean you're doing something wrong. Don't mean that you're not making progress. Don't mean you're not going to start feeling better and that you can't recover. All of these things mean none of those things. The most common way that this happens is that people will be chugging along, doing the work for recovery, may even be starting to see improvements. When the fear levels go down, sometimes improvements happen really quickly, and then suddenly symptoms increase again. People can feel so discouraged by this. Another way this can look is you will be doing really well, maybe seeing some improvements, and then suddenly an old symptom comes back. And it's like, what the heck? I thought I was doing things to get better, and now this old symptom has come back. For other people, a different, totally new symptom will show up, and that really freaks them out. And then for still other people, a dip manifests as just feeling totally fed up, frustrated with, disappointed by, or just despairing over this whole recovery process. Now, dips are normal. We're going to talk about that a few times today. That being said, they can have different causes, and I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on why they happen, while also encouraging you that if you're in a dip right now, you do not need to know why your dip happened. That being said, dips happen because we're dealing with a biological system. You are a biological system that is affected by many factors. This is why I talk on my channel about the idea of the stress bucket, that a lot of things in your life, both biological factors and psychosocial factors, can all feed into your bucket and fill it up. And some of those things may be completely out of your control at times, or just be completely out of your awareness at times. And because we're influenced by so many factors, it's normal for the stress bucket sometimes to get a little bit fuller than other times. And when the stress bucket is full, your nervous system is going to respond to threats more aggressively. This will change as you get better. You will not always be so vulnerable to these volatile sources of stress that happen in your life. However, right now, it's important to be aware that even small, maybe not important things can affect you. Another big reason why dips happen is that when people start to feel better, they start to lose their fear of symptoms, and they start to do more, they start challenging themselves more, either challenging their thoughts more or challenging their level of activity more. They go out and do more stuff. When you go out and do more stuff, or when you challenge your fears in ways that you didn't before, sometimes your brain's like, whoa, 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 hang on a second. It's really not safe. She's not listening to me anymore. I'd better turn the volume control up on these symptoms so that she really stops and listens. Again, as I've said in previous videos, it is a normal function of your threat response system to try to get your attention when it's detecting a threat. So when you start doing more things that you're not used to, your threat detection system may respond overly aggressively. Again, this is temporary. This is not going to happen to you for the rest of your life. This isn't even necessarily going to happen to you for the rest of your recovery. But if you're in a dip now, it may also be that it's the very fact that you're getting better that has led to your brain pushing back on you a little bit. And if you can see things this way and see dips for the opportunity that they are, which is a really good time for you to rewire your brain and change your responses to fear and to symptoms, you're going to navigate dips with a lot less suffering. Okay, let's go on to the 10 rules. Rule number 1, dips suck, but they are normal. I have never met someone recovering from neural circuit dizziness or any other symptom for that matter who did not have a pattern of ups and downs as part of the recovery process. What we want to see is over an extended period of time, trends upward. That's what differentiates a dip from just random ups and downs that don't mean anything. Over the long haul, dips that eventually start to trend upward, that is how we know that you're getting better. Dips also tend to decrease in frequency and severity as people get better too. That being said, still normal to have them, they still suck. Rule number 2, everyone, and I mean everyone, freaks out when dips happen. You are not unique, you are not special, you are not too fearful or too anxious or whatever it is that you're telling yourself about yourself. You are just like everyone else who has a dip. Everyone freaks out. Rule number 3, what you are experiencing right now is not your fault. You are not doing something wrong. You are not healing wrong. You are not doing the wrong program or watching the wrong video. These dips happen, and they happen to everyone, even the A+ students. Actually, especially the A+ students. This is not personal. It doesn't have anything to do with a failing on your part. It is just what it is right now. Rule number 4, your job is not to fix the dip. Your job is to get through the dip. And I have many videos on my channel that will help you get through the dip. I will link to them in the video description. There is an entire video on what to do when you're struggling. I have multiple brain exercises and meditations you can use when you're struggling. And I'm going to have more suggestions in the rules coming for what else you can do during the dip. Number 5, do not believe your thoughts. Your brain is going to spin this into a desperate and terrible tale of exactly what this dip means about you and your future. Don't believe any of it. It's just your brain trying to make sense of the extra sensations, the fear, and the anxiety that are coming up. Do not believe those thoughts. Rule number 6, do not push away the fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety get stronger when you try to push them away. You cannot combat fear by not feeling fear. This is an opportunity to learn to accept and work with the fear and anxiety in more constructive ways than you have in the past. More videos about this in the video description as well. Rule number 7, it is okay to distract yourself with enjoyable, pleasant, or even neutral activities. The fear can come along for the ride. Give yourself permission to focus on anything that makes you feel a little bit better than you do right now. It can be baths, it can be showers, it can be a heating pad or a weighted blanket, it can be getting sunlight outside, listening to music, whatever it is, you want to remind yourself it is okay for me to focus on these things right now and invite the fear along for the ride. Rule number 8, On a related note, it is okay not to do journaling and introspective stuff right now. You can get back to that when you're feeling a little better. Rule number 9, do not do this alone. You need to reach out to other people, preferably people in real life, but I'm aware that neural circuit dizziness is often incredibly alienating. No one in your real life may understand what you're going through. So if you have peer support online or a friend across the world you can text or WhatsApp or whatever, now is the time. If you're a member of my coaching group, this is a time to post and get support from other people in the coaching group. This is a time to reach out to other members via private message. Do not do this alone. Connection with other people who understand what you're going through and can listen to you is a huge message of safety that will help get you out of the dip more efficiently. And rule number 10, most importantly, this is temporary. It will pass. You will not be in this dip forever. All right, those are my 10 rules for dips. I hope this was helpful to you. If you go through a dip, you can always come back and watch this video if you need it, or watch some of the related videos that I have in the video description. Thank you all for tuning in. Please leave your questions and comments below. I love hearing from you. You can also like the video, share it, and also please subscribe to my channel. These things all help me reach more people who need this help. All right, everyone, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.